Hey, what's up, y'all? Um, Still getting some stuff together real quick. Just a minute. Let's see. Good morning. Hopefully, you guys are having a good morning. Man, it is so much as we talked about yesterday. I don't even know if I'm gonna try to cover all the stuff I saw because I think I had a lot of stuff to talk about yesterday, and it was a lot. But there's still a lot. Even we had some hiccups ourselves, so just want to say you always have to be on your game, always studying, always watching what's going on in the markets. And you know, but it's all good. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and some of the stuff I'm gonna talk about today. Let me see. Can I fix this real quick? It's just a little off there. Once again, y'all get to see behind the scenes how this stuff goes. What is going on here? There we go. All right. So yes, a lot going on in the markets. Let me try to get this other window up over here. One thing I'll say as I'm getting ready for this is like, listen, just if you are having some a little bit of panic, just stay calm, chill out. We still in good standing, we still in good position um, to be where we want to be in the market. It's like you have to look at it as you have to look at it as if this is very simple. If you see the price being at $100 in the future at the peak of the bull run or wherever we are, and you bought in at, let's say you bought in at $4 and the price drops to $2. Well, if you know it's going to go to $100, then you should, it's a sale. Like I always say, you should be excited about it. So yeah, you should not be, frantic. And I know naturally, you have your worries sometimes when you see the market is red. So like I said, I try to be empathetic to that and not just say like, oh, you're a scaredy cat or whatever. But so I understand, like, people get afraid. But I've said it, I think I've said it multiple times on the stream. Exactly. I told you, I said, even if it drops to 57K, I'm not worried. I'm just chilling. Um, and I want the people to know I want you guys to know that watch this channel, or if you're in the Patreon, like, know this is not some faux, some fake courage. I'm putting, like, I'm really just chill. I'm really chill, even with some of the hiccups that we've had the last 2 days. I'm just chill. You have to just kind of look at and assess every situation for what it is. And even this Bitcoin, this is traditional stuff. If you're new, you're probably not used to seeing your portfolio fall like this. And we're in this part of the market. Like I said, as long as you bought in at good prices on your tokens. So sometimes we focus too much on Bitcoin, which Bitcoin does move the market and leads the market as far as the up and down price movements. But as long as you got in a good entry at your altcoins, like, chill. We gotta Yeah, we kind of got a long ways to go. Actually, I'm gonna talk about something, like, because you guys are always asking me, like, where are we in the cycle, and how fast is the cycle going to be, and how much time we have. So I got some stuff that I'm gonna cover on that today. I think some good alpha today. Um, and of course, I always address your questions. But yeah, you should be panicking. Let me just say it. Let me say it straight. Like I said, as long as you got good entries on the projects you're in, you have to realize, if you're new or if you just forgot from last cycle, there's going to be times in the cycle where we are in the cycle now where your portfolio could fall 50%. And this is like, yeah, it was whatever. Like, all right, cool. 30, 40%, your entire portfolio. So if you're at, say your portfolio is at $100,000 or whatever, I'm just trying to give a round number that people can understand. If your portfolio is at $100,000, it could easily fall to 60K. It's like, okay, cool. And this is something I was going to cover later, but yeah, so you can have $100,000 portfolio. It can fall to 60,000. It can fall to 50,000. And to me, I'm just sitting there like, okay, whatever. Like, all right, it'll go back up. So I compare it to, like, when you first buy a new car, you buy it at the MSRP price, right? It's the brand new price. So you buy this car at let's say you buy it at $20,000, right? And as the car gets older, next year it's not gonna be worth as much, right? 5 years not gonna be worth as much. But there's this crazy thing that happens when a car gets really old. All of a sudden, the price goes up past to where it was when it first launched. You see this with a lot of cars that were created in the 1950s and 40s and stuff. Like, their value dropped in the 60s and 70s because it's like, oh, that's an old car. But now all of a sudden it's an antique and the price goes back up. So only I think a lot of people now, some of you probably gonna laugh at this, like, oh, that's stupid. But a lot of people are new and sometimes their mind is not grasping the stuff that it's the amount of tokens you're holding. It's only the value of them going up and down. You yourself are not losing money. It's just the value of your tokens going back up and down. So when they go down, if it's a good project, trust me, it's going to go back up. Yeah, don't worry. It's going to happen. It's perfectly normal for this time around for your portfolio to drop 30 to 50% against Bitcoin when Bitcoin is dropping. Um, that's why you have different categories, and that's why a lot of people, you have big caps and you have your mid caps and small caps, and like I even say, you even hedge with meme coins sometimes, right? But it's perfectly normal, and I know a lot of people may be panicking or whatever, but I am chilling, and I know I'm chill because I've been through a couple of cycles, and some of you guys are new, but it's fine. It's fine. Trust me. Um, where we are right now, we need a. I know I made the joke the other day, and I still don't think we're going to get as big as retracements as we've been having. So let me see. Let me do the calculations right now. We're because I was saying we were getting like 15 to 20% drops or whatever, and usually, in past times it's been 30 and 40% drops on Bitcoin, right? So from the top for where it was, we are currently at a so I'm trying to log in my own phone, taking forever, right? Yeah, like I said, I mean, we're still from 73 to right there. Yeah, no, excuse me, hold on, sorry, y'all. Yeah, so from 73, where it was the top, right, from where we barely just peaked out at that 73 area, maybe touched 74. We're still only at like a 14% dip, y'all. I'm like, you got to know this is what it looks like, because usually it's like 20, 25 to 30% dips, usually like a 30% dip range or whatever. So yeah, we're not even there yet. You're talking about dropping like 55K. But once again, if you got good entries on your tokens, just chill. I know a lot of you. I know it. I think I just saw one comment. I'm not gonna read it yet, but I think so. I know you feel your genius. Like, I know the price is gonna drop. I'm gonna sell out and buy lower. You can do that if you want to, but I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't always end up in a great way. I'll say that. So you really have to just, like I said, buy at a good entry, hold the tokens that you've already bought, and then if the price does fall, then buy back in more. Because what you also don't realize is you're creating a taxable event every time you keep buying and selling out, buying out, selling out. Like, in my mind, I would wish that a lot of the projects, even the ones that I'm waiting for, would go ahead and drop, so my capital gains could be between April this year and April next year. But I know a lot of them are launching later. But with the gains you make on the ones you have now, it should offset the kind of taxes if you have short term capital gains on some tokens that you get later. But yeah, so just want you guys to relax. I know I usually come in straight talking about the Bitcoin price, but just want to anybody who's a little frantic. Yes, there's blood out there. Yes, the altcoins are bleeding. It's normal. It's normal. You're like, well, did I buy it at a bad time? Maybe I bought it the wrong price or whatever. No, you didn't. It's just kind of how the market works, and you just need to get in sometimes at a good allocation. What I will say is, I'll say one of the tokens in particular, if you are the mindset where I've seen a lot of people talking like, oh, we know a market flush is coming, a market dip is coming, so I'm gonna wait to buy. I saw people say I'm gonna wait to buy altcoins, and I know one of them has already like 4x like over the last couple of weeks. And see, if you would have waited for it to buy it, you would have been buying 4 times higher. So I know some of you guys are new and stuff, and you get frantic and about how to buy and stuff, but like, if you're my group, I think you're doing well. Like I said, we did have a hiccup recently, but I still think that one's gonna be fine as well. But yeah, you can't be panicking and stuff, and you can play the trader game if you want to. But I'm telling you, it doesn't always work out the way you want to, and you always find yourself trying to catch up on it. So give yourself less mental work to do. Give yourself less opportunity to be stressed out by trying to figure out what trade and waking up on time and setting limit orders and buy orders. And sometimes you're doing too much and it's not getting you much more in gains. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'll answer any questions that come later. Let me get this over here. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, you know what? I saw a comment as I was looking for something about the sound. So what is happening? Like, let me tell you, my equipment is very expensive. No, it's the same mic. What's happening is the cord has a shortage, so I need to buy a new cord. Because I'm every time somebody says something about the sound, I'm like, what? Like how? Like I have like one of the best mics literally in the entire universe. Like most people don't even own this mic. They wouldn't even buy this mic. But it's the cord. The cord is messed up. So um I gotta buy a new cord. But I'm glad you guys can understand better because my lady was even telling me yesterday the sound was a little bit rough as well. But let's get into some of these stories and stuff. I want to give you guys some perspective on some new stuff, some old stuff, to reiterate some stuff. But this is funny here now. I'm not gonna lie. This was like when Solana. I don't know if you guys were here in the space yet, but most people are referring to the bottom price of Solana this cycle is like $19, $18. But if you've really been paying attention, the real bottom price of Solana was like 14-ish dollars. But if you really, really were paying attention, there was a wick down on a lot of the exchanges where Solana you could have got Solana at like I think it was the bottom was like 839. I got it at 879. So anyway, I brought that up to say that this wick down, they had a wick down, I think it was on BitMEX, where Bitcoin got down to $8,900. Man, are y'all listening to what I'm saying? You see the price of Bitcoin right now is like $62,000, but on BitMEX, they said somebody put in an order to sell 400 Bitcoin at one time, like an instant market sale or whatever. I want to speculate. A lot of people are speculating on who they think did it. I'm gonna leave that one alone though. But yeah, so somebody made an instant sale on Bitcoin for 400 Bitcoin at one time, and it caused the price to wick down to 8,900. So I wonder was it anybody just had foolishness, like a foolish buy order, because sometimes you can do the set just crazy low or whatever and just see if you catch it. Like I said, like we did with Solana or whatever. But man, that's crazy. I mean, you could have made like a 4x in a couple of minutes. Anyways, I just thought that was kind of crazy news. So I'm saying, if you have extra money on the side, I wouldn't say play this game full time. You want to buy your tokens at a good price, but if you got some money on the side, just like you have your money on the side that you put in meme coins and other stuff, I don't know, maybe put some crazy orders in on Bitcoin or Solana or something, because sometimes stuff like this happens. It happens, quite a bit, not a lot, but it happens enough. But yeah, I wondered did anybody get lucky. I want to go research that today and see if anybody got like a 15,000, 10,000 buy order filled or whatever. But so okay, now this news here. Some people, I want to make this stuff a little bigger too, because I know I pulled it up for me to read, but I also want you guys to be able to see it. Let's see how big we can get this. Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's probably been all of the stream. Some of this stuff been too small for you guys to see. But anyway, I can only work on so much at a time. I try to get the news and report it. So anyway, over 4% of Bitcoin is held by the ETFs now. Now, some people say, "Oh, this is incredible." Some people say see it as bearish because they're like, it's supposed to be decentralized, and we were trying to get the big dogs and the other entities away from crypto, and we want to own it ourselves. But now you got these ETFs that own a large portion of it. So some people see it as bearish, but other people see it as good because, as I said, the good side is it does bring a lot more attention to the space. It legitimizes crypto in the eyes of other people who may be naysayers or disbelievers or whatever. So I think it's that they hold, I think like 20% of the gold supply. So maybe that's what they're shooting for in Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin, y'all. So I might tell people, even if you can, just buy a little bit, just so they can't own all of it. I definitely plan on, even though I could, yeah, I plan on as my gains go up to buy Bitcoin myself to hold. So I can be in the number. Really, at some point, it won't even matter what the price is. But I do want to hold one myself. But some people see this as bullish news. Some people see it as bearish. It all depends on your perspective. Like, yeah, this story here says Bitcoin gains attention from Japan's largest pension fund. Where they control. I don't like the way they titled that. I guess whatever. Japan's 1.43 trillion pension fund, which is supposed to be, I think they're one of the biggest pension funds in the world. Some people saying they're the biggest, maybe they are. I haven't done that deep research, but they're one of the biggest. And they control 1.43 trillion. So it says Japan's government pension investment fund, GPIF, noted as the world's largest pension fund with assets totaling $1.5 trillion, is embarking on a diversification journey, considering Bitcoin and gold among its investment options. The strategic pivot reflects not just a change in GPIF's investment philosophy, but also a proactive stance in adapting to the global market landscape. Which is something I talk about all the time. Like, I mean, to me, as you probably think, a lot of these people are late, but that's why I try to tell when I'm talking to my friends and stuff. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, it's that new digital money," and it just makes me realize how much every time a new technology comes around or something new comes around, how long it takes for people to catch on. I tell people all the time, I have always been an early adopter. I remember when I bought, my first computer, like I was a kid. Like I was cutting grass and like saving up money. And my friends were like, "You got a computer? Like that's crazy. Like like it's mine, not my mom's, not the house's computer. The computer in the home in the living room. Like this was my computer." And so computers, smartphones. I always been an early adopter of technology. Um, and I mean, really, to be honest, most people didn't really start owning their own computer. If we being honest, I'm talking about like the majority of people, really like 2012. I know other people been thinking like, oh, I had a computer. Not most. It wasn't like a thing that you had like your personal computer, until really until like 2012 and stuff. Like I even see people talking about like I used to hold on, what's that? Oh, like a lot of people don't realize how even though YouTube is big now, YouTube wasn't really that big. I would say it kind of was growing around like 2010, 2011, but it really wasn't that huge. But anyway, I'm getting on a tangent here, but it just shows you that not everybody's early, and it's just to show you how early you are to this stuff. Because this, I mean, I feel like they should have already had some allocation to Bitcoin, but people are always skeptical about new stuff, which I understand, but not me. I'm always jumping on the new whatever's new. I'm trying to get on top of it. Um, oh, it's interesting. Which I don't know is I really try to order these stories in a good way. I guess this is the way I decided to order this, so I guess this is the way I'm going to talk about it. But in alignment with what I was saying earlier, this person was saying last year, not one of us thought it was going to feel like a bear market when Bitcoin is over 60K. In the near future, Bitcoin might go down to 150K to 100K. And I'm sure the sentiment will be even worse that day. Perspective is all that matters. I talk about this all the time. I know people think it's boring, but until you went through multiple cycles, you realize that the perspective is the most important thing. It's not about what altcoins you're in and 100x's and stuff. But if your perspective isn't right, you're not going to get the 100x's, right? You gotta have your mind in the right perspective. And it says perspective is all that matters. You need balls of steel to survive here. So that's what I'm saying to you guys now. Like realizing like a couple of weeks ago, we was in 40,000s, 50,000s, whatever. Like really forget 50,000. We were like in the 40,000s a couple of weeks ago, and we're 20,000 above that now. And people like getting scared, like, oh my gosh, like I understand. You see the price falling. I understand. But we're still early-ish in the cycle. Whether you want to say it's mid-cycle or not, it's still early mid-cycle. Like we're not at the end of mid-cycle. But actually, I'm about to talk about some about that in a big way coming up. But yeah, so I see a lot of people getting afraid now, and you see your portfolio down. It's very normal. I keep trying to tell you, I'm not being fake. I'm not trying to be encouraging or hopium or whatever in my calm demeanor. I am literally calm. This is not a fake calm demeanor. I'm very chill right now. Realizing where we are in the market, the Bitcoin is going to retrace, and your portfolio, yes, is going to go down 30, maybe to 50%, depending on what you're holding. But I'm chill. I'm chill. So I mean, we're over 60K. Didn't even really think we would have touched like 70K by now, but we have. Um, yeah. So you gotta chill. So my next story this is what I really want to get into. So yesterday, I didn't pull up the math on each ETF. I had the article pulled up, but I didn't keep it up. Don't worry. So let me just speak slowly and clearly so you understand what I'm saying. So yesterday, just in simplest terms, there was a lot of money that flowed into the Bitcoin ETFs as always. That's what's been happening every week, every day, or at least every weekday. Money has been flowing into the ETFs. So, but what happened is GBTC, or Grayscale or whatever, they had an outflow of 64, I'm sorry, not 64, $640 million of outflows, right? So when you put together the inflows and the outflows, we were actually I don't want to say the first time, but yeah, we were at a negative in inflows. So it was outflows of negative. When you put them together, it was a negative outflow of 154 million. So that means, I think the total volume was around 690 million or whatever. Um, so yeah, it just the outflows trumped the inflows yesterday, and so that's why we have this price movement on Bitcoin or whatever. And so you can see this as bearish, or you can see it as bullish. This might trip some of you guys up, but I think it's bullish, and I'm going to tell you why. This is probably one of the most important parts of the stream, so it's very short. I'm not going to be too long-winded about this, but I'm going to reiterate this before I go to the next slide. Yesterday, we had a lot of money inflowing into Bitcoin, as we always do, but we had more outflows, totaling negative 640 million from Grayscale, GBTC, right? Yeah, okay. So we had more outflows than we did inflows. That's what caused the price movement. Now, the thing that makes this bullish to me, I know, sounds crazy. So it says of right now, BlackRock or IBIT, that's their ticker. They hold 230K Bitcoin, right? BlackRock is where the inflows are mainly coming into. But Grayscale, the GPTC, still holds 360K. And really, they are selling those off right now. So we still have around 25 billion of this to outflow. Now, for you that want the market to move fast and you think that's what you want to see your portfolio going up right now. I'm trying to tell you that is not what you want. I know you like, Zoe, you're not making sense. I want to make money, but it's better when it happens over time. So what's bullish about this news for me though is even though BlackRock is getting all this Bitcoin coming into the ETFs, we still have a lot of outflows for Grayscale. And what's bullish about that is that's showing me that we may get the traditional cycle that we're used to. This may not be a super fast cycle like we were afraid of. Okay. We may not have that super fast cycle like we were afraid of and stuff. That means we still have time to accumulate. We still have, we still have time to accumulate. Pretty much is what I want to say. And even I was worried about even, some of the vesting schedules, whether people were going to dump early because they thought they weren't going to get all their tokens or whatever. But the fact that we still have this much Bitcoin that needs to outflow from GBTC is kind of bullish to me. I feel like it's going to just prolong the cycle a little bit longer than we were thinking. So, I mean, your perspective may say differently because you may be like, man, I want to see my portfolio 100x tomorrow. That's not what you want. I'm trying to tell you. You want it to happen over time. Maybe you want one of your coins to run 100x real quick, but you don't want this market to be too quick. Because the other thing is, if it's too quick, I was going to pull up this article. I think I didn't. But if it happens too quick, what I'm going to talk about later on in probably one of my other streams is when that dump comes, you're not going to be able to get out. Like some of y'all are complaining now about the market dumping and, oh, my portfolio is down or whatever. When that real last dump comes, you're not going to have time to like, man, I'm selling because it's dropping. No, it's going to be it. Like you're going to have to wait a couple of days before you can get your stuff off the exchanges or whatever. So I'm telling y'all, appreciate the time that you're having now. Appreciate that you're getting these dumps now. I'm actually, to be honest, yeah. And when it first happens, you're like, man, my portfolio was going up. But after you think about it a while, you're like, okay, that's cool. Like we needed this. It was going up too fast. It just had to happen. So you just got to chill. I think we're still going to. It may go a little bit faster, but I'm thinking we're going to get that traditional, fall 2025. But a lot of people are, a lot of people are afraid. So people probably going to try to do it early. That's why I'm trying to get in the picks we're in now. I don't have anything proving about it. I know you guys are going to see in the future what we're doing and the whole method that we have. So you can be able to get out early with life-changing gains and still keep some in the market if you want to see how higher, if it goes higher. And we'll talk about that more in the Patreon. I was about to go into something else about the cycle, but yeah, just hold. Be cool, chill. Don't let your nerves get to you. Your portfolio will go back up. Just, like I say, the price you pay for these astronomical gains and this high upside is the volatility. That's the price you have to pay. Is your portfolio going down? Like, listen to yourselves. Like, you get excited when your portfolio goes up 5x, but then when it goes down 50%, you start panicking. Like, come on now, you got it. It's give and take. It's got to be give and take. So It's not always as 5, 10x as fast or whatever. Sometimes it's going to go down 30 and 40%. So just chill, y'all. We still earlyish mid cycle, whatever cycle people have drawn up. We not over the mid cycle hump. You know what I mean? The halving hasn't even come yet. So just calm down. I know you like to see the green, but on days like this, you should be buying. And I know a lot of people saying like we could go lower because like I just did the math earlier in the stream from that 73-ish top that we had to where we are now is not even a 15% drop yet. It's 14.3. 14, let I do that. It doesn't matter. It's somewhere in four. It's not 15 yet. What I said is it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do the math here, but it's like 14.3, 14.6. It's not even 15% drop yet. So yeah, we can still go to 55, 57. Not saying we are, but see, this is where y'all get tripped up is you're like, oh, Zoe said we could go there. I'm going to sell out and buy cheaper. Stop that. Like, stop it. Because you're going to outsmart yourself and then you're going to end up messing yourself up. I know. You're like, this dude not making sense. I know what it seems like to you. I understand that. But not financial advice. You can do what you want to do. And I'm telling you, a lot of people get caught and you end up with less tokens than you had before. You just got to chill and sit on your hands sometimes. Now, this one, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just trying to let y'all know. This is not my post. I did not create it. This is anyway, the post says, as you can see the picture, I think the picture is pretty big on the stream. It says, after 7 years of holding and accumulating XRP, I am finally able to buy a coffee and watch the proud owner of this Lamborghini drive away. I say this to say, y'all, I don't care what nobody's telling you. But okay, let me say this. Because I'm gonna give you both sides. That's what I try to do on this channel. What I will say is I'm not gonna mention them, but there's two projects that are utilizing XRP this cycle, right? And they're two of the projects. I actually like the projects, but it does not matter because XRP already has a huge market cap and it doesn't have much room to grow. So people who are really just people talking about projects going to be using XRP, the banks are going to be using it and it's still going 100x. Do not let these people lie to you. This is XRP, this is Cardano, this is a lot of different projects. I even heard somebody, I've heard of quite a few people, and I've been telling y'all this for weeks. I don't give a crap what nobody says. I will be boring as crap, but I guarantee you all the stuff I told you 5 weeks ago, people are going to be telling you in 2 to 3 months. But I told you much earlier. And I've seen people saying all this week, I see on Twitter, like, you got to pivot into the new tokens or whatever, because what we were buying in the bear market in last month is not what's going to be in the coming months. So a lot of you probably like, well, why nobody's talking about these tokens yet? Because they're playing games with their old Cardano bags, XRP bags. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all not gonna like this one, but the Near bags, Near protocol, they're playing with those right now to make their little trades on because they got a lot of money. They can't move a lot of money in lower caps. They got to do it in the Nears and the Cardanos and XRPs. Mind you, they're putting 2 million in while you're putting your 200, maybe 2,000, maybe you're putting 10,000 in, right? And you think you're doing something. No, they're putting 2 million in. They're pushing Near to you. They put 2 million in, Near goes up 20%. They got another $400,000. They're going to pull all of that out of Near. Nobody's going to know it because the market cap is so huge that you won't even see that 2 million get pulled out. And then they're going to put it into the projects that they're coming into later. That's why I tell you, don't let people pump these Cardano and XRPs to you like they're long-term holes and you're going to get all these gains off it. You're going to see them change their tone and then you're going to be looking stupid because you're going to be like, what? Like, but didn't he just say, y'all letting people play with y'all with these old bags and stuff like this? And yeah, but near and matter of fact, the Near founder has a connection to AI and it's gonna pump because the AI conference is here. And y'all, Zoe must not know this. Zoe might not have the alpha. I know all this trash. Like, it's like, but who cares? Like, what are you going to get on Near? How long are you going to wait for 2x? You realize it has to go to 8 billion to 16 billion for you to get a 2x. If that's what you want to get, congratulations, sir. You can go ahead and make that trade, but it's not something I'm willing to be sitting in when I know what the game is. I've been in plenty of cycles. I know how this game works. And so, a lot of people rush into this stuff, and then you have these other smaller channels who realize they don't know what the crap they're talking about. They're like, well, let me just copy the big channel because they're so dumb. They don't even realize that the big channel is tricking them too. And they're telling their patrons to buy this high cap or whatever. Like, the gains are over with. Like, you don't see me. One time I bought Solana. Actually, Celestia is a good buy right now. I will say that. But I bought Solana and Celestia and all this stuff earlier. When do you ever hear me come on the channel like, buy Solana, buy Celestia? Like, I know the gains that you guys are trying to get. I know what the game is. I got in early. I got lucky with Celestia and Solana, so I got it early. But I don't come on the channel talking about those. I'm not in the Patreon talking about buy alerts on those. You know what I mean? Like I said, Celestia did have a big retracement. I think now it's a pretty good buy, especially if you're trying to get some airdrops. But I don't come on here shilling that stuff to y'all. Those were secure bags that I got in, my big caps for security, um, and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that subject, but I'm just trying to show you guys, like, listen, man, the gains are not there. This is next one is the stupidity that I talked about yesterday. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm calling you stupid, but I'm just gonna say it. This pre-sale crap with meme coins, like this is trash. This is just god awful trash. Like pre-sales on meme coins, y'all just throwing money away when there's good money on the market. And like I said, even I know the meme coins, for one of the meme coins that I did get into, I've been in some of them since summer and fall, and they've already performed well. And to y'all, you may be like, well, that's not the ones people are talking about now. If you look at the metrics and you really study what's going on and the things about the meme coins, you would realize like, oh, these have to still run, right? I'm not gonna say why, but we can talk about that in Patreon. But I know you're like, but this is the new one. It just launched. I can get in the beginning, but is it gonna rug? Like, like we see the mess with Slurf that I don't want to talk about again, but I'm gonna hit on it one more time today. But this meme coin, don't y'all be doing. Don't be sending no money to no wallet trying to get no pre-sale for no meme coin. Like if you do it, it's on you. Don't come to the Patreon crying. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, so this is a lot. I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna get on out of the way. I talked about this yesterday. This Slurf project. Listen. I know some of y'all probably went and put money into it. It's your decision. But what are you going to get? A 4x? Like it was at 500,000. If it goes to, you have to get to 2 billion to get a 4x. Like it's not worth it. But if you like trading, do your thing, whatever. But it's just really scammy what they did. Like I said, I don't know if it was for marketing or I said this yesterday, and a lot of people, I was just saying, people. I'm not saying these people follow my channel and got this from me, but I do say stuff before most people, and most people are like, I don't know if this is a marketing scheme or what. I was saying all this stuff yesterday, or if they really scam people. But now you got all these exchanges saying they're going to use their fees to pay back the people in the pre-sale. To me, this all seems like insider scammy stuff. I don't care what nobody says. A pre-sale on a meme coin. Now you got the exchanges talking about, and then Justin Sun. I don't like Justin Sun. I'm telling you, anything Justin Sun is involved with, I don't mess with. I know a lot of you guys in other countries use Tron to, move your stable coins. I will say, yeah, Tron is fast and it is cheaper than some of the other blockchains, but I don't mess with anything that involves Justin Sun, and just kind of scammy that now I'm seeing, like, I haven't seen him say anything about anything. Why is he talking about this now? That's very, I'll tell you, you can do what you want to do, but it just seems very scammy to me. Um, it's very scammy. So do with that as you will. Now, okay, now this news is a little different here, but it's not. I always talk about perspective on this channel. I can talk about microcaps and all the tokens we're in the Patreon, but you get that in the Patreon, and on the channel I talk about the perspective stuff so you can think about how to move in the market. But let me say this: I'm gonna talk about what this is, and I'm gonna say what my point of view is on this, even though you may think it has nothing to do with crypto. So this is CZ from Binance. Everybody knows him as the king, the big dog, godfather of Binance, or whatever. Even though he stepped down and there's a new CEO. It said CZ says my next project is Giggle Giggle Academy. No, that has no logo yet. It's free basic education for all, grades 1 through 12 ish. No revenue. It's gamified and adaptive. Read the concept paper at gigaacademy.com. We are hiring small team working directly with CZ. So y'all probably saying, well, why is he talking about this? I know he's not talking about this just because CZ was in Binance. That's not the reason I'm talking about this. The reason I'm talking about this is now this is about to go a little dark here, so I'm not trying to scare nobody. Now I want to people gonna think I'm a conspiracy theorist, but so with this story, y'all have to realize between AI, decentralization, internet, and all these things, a lot of people that are working jobs now, their jobs are going to be taken up by AI or different things. The traditional systems that you're used to, like, even I know it's hard for you to believe because it's what you've known your whole life and your mother and your grandparents, but even the way the schooling system is run, a lot of stuff is going to be online. It's going to be decentralized. It's going to be metaverse education, all that kind of stuff. Even though y'all talk about metaverse in the KBs, like, is it a narrative this cycle? Will it be? Will it be? Can I make money from it? But in the future, the metaverse is going to be a thing. I'm not talking about whether you can make money off a metaverse token, but a lot of these jobs are going to be taken up. So why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because this is the reason you need to be making sure you're in the right altcoins and making money now. I keep saying it. It's not, for me, it's about taking care of my family, financial freedom, and freedom of my time. Realizing that some of you guys, some of you don't realize it, but your job may not be there. So if you can make this money in crypto and change your life and not have to depend on that job, and you can be ready for the rocky road that's ahead, um, then you'll be better off. It's not, you shouldn't be immediately after the cycle. I don't care how good your taxes looked, and you even after taxes, you got this amount of money. Your first thing should not be running to buy a Lambo. Because I'm gonna tell you, you think it's conspiracy or not, I think we are headed for some type of not just recession, some type of depression. Like I hate to be that dark one, but what I will say is nobody in the 20s knew that, or 30s, whatever it was, that the Great Depression was coming. They didn't even know they were living through it. They didn't know they were going to be documented in the history books as the Great Depression. And so what happens is a lot of you think about the Great Depression as millions of people lying face down on the street, crawling, begging for water, in thirst, and whatever. That's how y'all picture the Great Depression because that's how it looks in the history books. But we're kind of already in it, whether people realize it or not. And then, listen, the history books, the news, it's just like the news and media. They got to always amp it up to make it seem, big, like people just roaming in the street, stabbing each other for beans and rice. Like that's what they make the Great Depression sound like. But a lot of people are not able to. I think this is alpha, so I don't care. So a lot of people are not able to even afford housing right now. Like the rent is high. One thing we noticed. A little bit of my personal business, whatever. So we kind of got blindsided the other day, and so I will have a new office soon because we were going to stay in this house until after the bull run. Or whatever, and move, but we got blindsided and end up having to move. So I'll be in a new place soon, new office soon. But one thing we noticed when we were going to look at houses, I think we looked at 9 to 12 houses at one point. Every single house, y'all, every single house had squatters in them, prostitutes, all kinds of people who could not afford living. So while you here and you panicking about your portfolio being down, you're at a much higher advantage than a lot of people out there. I would have not. I mean, what? I wish my lady was in here, but she's probably doing something else. 100% of the houses. We had a long list of houses to look at, and 100% of the houses, 100% of them had squatters in them for people who couldn't afford rent. So, like that depression is already here, and y'all not realizing it because it may not be as close to home. You see the inflation, you see the interest rates, you see that kind of stuff, but some of y'all are not really realizing where we're at. And so this story just made me think of that. Like, he's moving on and making this education platform or whatever. That a lot of jobs have already been taken by AI. You've seen people get laid off. There's last year a lot of big layoffs from Microsoft, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just putting this on your attention to realize, even though your portfolio is falling, you're in a much better position than a lot of people out there. So yeah, just something to think about. I don't want to dwell on that too long, but like I said, I was trying to give people perspective. Um, Now, this story I'm gonna talk about from two sides. Not story, but this post from Rec. It says during bull runs, remember, buy the dips. I know a lot of you guys are panicking. You're like, my portfolio is down. Like I try to use the example. If you buy $100 worth of something, right? If you buy $100 worth of something and it falls 50%, now you have $50 of that token. You're panicking. You're thinking, I'm losing my money. No, put another $50 in there, make it $100 at this price. Then when it goes back up to where you bought in at, you now have a $200 worth of that token. You should be buying the dips. Now, like I said, a lot of people are speculating we could go lower. We definitely could. And I understand the allure and the attraction of people wanting to buy the lowest price. But if you're at a 50% discount right now on a token, or 30% discount, at least buy a little of it. Maybe you're not using all your dry powder, but buy a little of it because you don't know if this is or isn't the bottom price. Don't get greedy. If you got $100 on the side and a token has failed 30 or 40%, at least put $50 in there. You know what I mean? Yes, it could fall lower, then you put the other $50 in there. You want to feel, I know you want to feel like the G, like I got it the bottom price, I got the most I could get. But it doesn't always work like that. The same on the upside. Once we get into the bull run, you're gonna want to I'm gonna wait to the top of the market. I'm gonna get all my gains. You're gonna probably end up with nothing if you do that. So you got to, on both sides of it, from the buys to the sales, you may not get the lowest price. You might not buy at the lowest price. You might not sell at the highest price. But long as you make life changing wealth, I think it's a good time to buy the dips. I didn't even finish reading his post, but anyway, let me read his post. It says during the bull runs, remember, buy the dips. Every dip is a chance to literally double your money in a matter of days. If you're scared to buy now, it's okay. Others will snag the tokens at discount when you won't. Drop a comment, all that stuff. Yeah, his buy list or whatever. I don't know what his buy list is, so we're not going to get into that. But so yeah, I know a lot of people are fearful, but this is definitely the times you should be buying. People say that's bad advice because we're going lower. We could, yeah, I understand that, but try to get a little bit now. You know, you got a discount. If you get a 30% discount, go ahead and try to snag some of that. Oh, be careful there. But yeah, anyway, let's get to these comments. I think I got done kind of early, but whatever. Chuck the Main said, "Good morning, folks. Good morning, Chuck the Main. How you doing?" Chuck, I love that name too. Crypto Rose said, "Market is red. Should I panic sell and rebuy at the top?" No, man. What the world? I know you joking. You be tripping. No, don't panic sell. You should be, if anything, panic buying. Realizing, like I said, we could go lower here, but I think a lot of the tokens are at a good discount right now. I'm gonna talk about another one in the Patreon later that we've been talking about, but yeah. I think the St. Louis Solo said, "Oh no, my portfolio has fallen to levels since check notes last week. Time to go shopping." Yeah, man. Yeah, it's time to go shopping, man. And we're like, yeah, you could get a bigger discount later, but we had a good discount. Chuck LeMay said using a new mic today sounds better. No, it's I think I saw your comment earlier. It's the cord. It was the cord that's messed up. It's got a shortage in it, so it's got to kind of got to sit a certain way. So I got to order a new one. I don't know how long that's going to take. Crypto Rosa, if you didn't get a good entry, buy now. Yeah, for real. That's another reason why I be saying like people be rushing to their YouTube channel because they be trying to prove that they got in the token early. I don't do that because what if we get a dip like this and my Patreon has a chance to get an even better deal or whatever, you know? So that's why I don't be rushing to hear people like, well, maybe the picks on his channel is all he's talking about, and some of them are down or some of them haven't went up, bro. We got so many picks in there, and it's a great buying opportunity for a lot of those picks. Matter of fact, let me see. I think I got to let somebody in that I just sent over. I wonder, are they watching the stream? Like, is he gonna let me in? No, they're not even over there yet. Let me see. Or maybe they are. Let me see. Yeah, they did. Okay, let me let them in real quick. They've been in there about 20 minutes. Just a minute, y'all. Well, I'm telling you what I'm doing, so you know what I'm doing. Give me just a couple of seconds here. While on stream, bow. But yeah, that's why I don't be rushing the stream, talk about the picks we have. And I know because that's how people think. They're like, well, he gave it to his Patreon. Give it 2 weeks, he'll know. Probably never. You probably never hear about it on the stream. Like I just come here to talk about perspective and making sure people are sane in mind and I can answer, questions quickly or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like imagine some of these picks if I had brought them to the stream, then everybody knows about them. And then my Patreon doesn't have a chance to buy in at these great prices. So, it is kind of pay to play. It takes money to make money. Chuck LeMay said cord makes sense. Yeah, that cord, because I was like, what is going on? I know my mic is dope. Like, I love this mic. I want to get another one too. STL Solo said, yep, the bottom was 8 something. What's my stream doing? Okay. I hesitated, but I got in and sold at 16. Yeah, 16 is a good price too. 16 is a good price. It is a good price. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, I keep seeing people saying the bottom was 18. It wasn't 18. The steady bottom for Soul was like around 14.79, 14.59. It stayed there for a minute, but the bottom was like 8 something dollars. Like I was saying, a lot of people if they held, a lot of people are going to get 100x on Solana. I think so this cycle. That's going to be crazy to say that it's a layer 1. It's his second cycle, and we got a chance to get 100x. It's pretty dope. Also, shame on Robinhood for force liquidating Soul holder at the bottom. Man, listen, I don't mess with Was it Robinhood? What's the other one? I can't even think of it right now because I don't even mess with them like that. It's another one that people use that I don't use. Robinhood been cooked since GME and AMC. Forced selling is on brand for them. True, definitely. If y'all in crypto and you don't know that, yeah, y'all gotta get out of Robinhood and all that stuff. I don't use those. I can't think of what the other one is. People talk about it all the time. I can't even remember. I know what it is, but my brain is drawing a blank. Shay Rock said, I've seen a lot of experts saying spring 2025 is peak bull run. Yeah, well, as far as a peak, like, yeah, I mean, because, 2021, spring 2021 was peak as far as like the Bitcoin really going up and the altcoins taking that run really when they started running really in June and July again. So maybe as far as the peak of Bitcoin and then the alts will have their run, which will be the real alt season. People, I hate when I see people throwing around the term alt season. Like we can get an alt run from here, but it's not alt season. Stop saying alt season because y'all tricking people. Y'all making them think they're gonna make 1,000x, and that's not what's gonna happen. But yeah, so spring 2025, I think we're going to be back around that area because I think I don't care what nobody says. They all work together, whether y'all believe it or not. No, they're in competition. No, they working together. I think the grayscale bleed out is what they're using to prolong the cycle because it was definitely moving too fast. So I think that's what they're using to counterbalance all the inflows and outflows of Bitcoin. Chuck Main said, "Are those recent projections, Shay, from 2024?" Oh, I'm sorry, I misread you. Yo, it's you asking Shay Rock if that was a recent projection. Let me tell you something though. I'm gonna say this is me included, y'all. Don't nobody really know. Like I know the experts are saying one thing, but you just got to take it day by day, week by week. But you can consider it when you know talk about your perspective or whatever, and you're trying to draw the picture for yourself. Shay Rock said from a month ago something about using crypto to offset the interest payments due on pandemic debt. Okay, yeah. Chuck Main said, "Interesting. I'll look for that narrative." I like when y'all talking in the comments. I'll look for that narrative. Thanks, Shay. STL Solo said, "I hate this pre-sale area. It reminds me of the whitelist era in the NFT space." Exactly. I've been. Tell me if I'm lying, y'all. I'm not trying to act like I'm the genius, but I try to be more than the microcaps. I keep preaching this more than the microcaps and the 100,000X's. You got to have your perspective correctly. And I've been saying since the beginning of the cycle, like I'm really not buying no NFTs this cycle. And that's I think meme coins are the NFTs of this cycle. I do believe in the NFT technology and NFTs in the future and NFTs in gaming. I'm not saying that. But as far as the narrative, I don't know if NFTs is going to hit like that. They may, but I'm not fooling with any NFTs this cycle unless it's just like the dopest looking NFT. I like the team. I just gotta like the NFT itself, and no, I'm not paying thousands of dollars for it. But I don't see myself buying an NFT for profits or to flip. I think that's kind of out. I don't think there's going to be a thing. I'm looking forward to using NFTs, like I said, for driver's license and different identifications and car registration and stuff like that. Chuck said Celestia is ripping today. Is it? Because I was like shocked. Celestia had got down to I know I saw it at 13, then it got I think I saw it at like 12.85 for a minute. I was like, what? But it definitely was a good buy. And I never talk about Celestia as far as a buy on the channel. Y'all should know this. I don't know about ripping. It's doing a little something. It's doing a little something. Yeah, because I saw it at like 13.85 at one point. Let me see where it was at. Oh, that's crazy. How did I miss that? I probably would have picked up some more, to be honest. Especially to put into my Milky Way staking. Wow, it was at 11.78 at one point. Yeah, I missed that. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, at this market cap where it is now, I think yes, I think from here I think you can get some decent gains off that. I keep saying I believe at least I think he can still get a 30x from here, even though I got it much lower. But yeah, so let's just try to make his move. It's a dope project. Dope project. I wasn't even sharing the tab. I'm just talking to myself. Shay Rock said, "Millennials and Gen Z really got the worst draw. Man, they really did. Like, I'm trying to tell you, boomers really, and they don't care. They don't care because they about to be in the nursing home and let me stop. I was gonna say something probably worse, but they don't even care how they leave this place. Like, I used to hear that when I was younger, and I thought it was some kind of like super positive stuff they was trying to say, like children are the future, but they are, and these people don't care. They don't care how they leave this place, as long as they rich and they pockets fat. I don't want to get on that subject. It makes me sick, man. Chuck me said 2008 was crazy. Yeah, I don't know if we headed for there now. Like I was telling people, like I hate to see people who bought up those doggone was buying houses at 8 point. Was it 8? It was like over 8, like 8.6 interest rates. I saw some people buying houses. I was like, man, I'm gonna wait for the crash, my guy. I'm not buying no house right now. So yeah, millennials and Gen Z really got. I don't know if Gen Z is even thinking about owning a house. I don't even think that's in their mindset because it's not something they've been really given. J5, I'm not holding that trash. But as he said, lazy portfolio quit all media for a couple weeks. As I don't know if I know what you're saying there. You might have to say that again. Oh, Shay Rock said Weebull. Yeah, Weebull too, but it's another one. It's Robinhood, Weebull, and something else. I don't know why I can't think of it. Any other day. I mean, it's like common knowledge, and my brain just not it's not cooperating right now. It's all good. Carl Henry said, "Thanks for the little pep talk. Some people needed it. It's good to have another voice of perspective." Yeah, I mean, we like I said, I'm not going to argue with anybody like where we are in the cycle. Dude, we actually in mid cycle. We are, bro. We still early-ish. That's all I know. Like the altcoins have barely even had any kind of run. You know, a lot of people, like I said, they threw out like these made up scam projects. Like I see one people talking about now. I want to say what it is, but I'm like, y'all just slow. Like it's a made up project, but people what they do, they make up these made up projects. So they're trying to get their like I keep saying, I keep preaching this over and over. They're trying to get a quick run on their money. They make up the project, give themselves and their friends tokens. Then they tell you, "Oh, is this big narrative token with utility and it's going to follow blah 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 narrative?" And I'm like, this is a fake project. I'm looking at the Twitter. It's nothing but scammers, and it's like nothing but yeah, it's nothing but scammers and hustlers in the space. Not one person on there that is an actual tech person that follows crypto or even gets some pre and private sales. I'm like, these are all meme coin scammers. And I see people just shilling this project. I'm like, y'all stupid, man. But whatever, man. I don't know what to tell people. People gonna play their games. I gotta realize that I I uh I give people the benefit of the doubt way too much. Like, oh, I understand people gonna scam a little bit, but they're not gonna scam that much. No, Zoe, you tripping. These people are straight. They don't care. Like I really care for the people that's following my channel and this in my Patreon. These other people don't give two craps about you. You are exit, and then they talk to you about other people being exit liquidity, but they just use their Patreon and their YouTubers as exit liquidity. And for some reason, the people can't fan them or they can't it doesn't click with them that this person is scamming them. And I just don't know how. Like it just blows my mind. But yeah, I was gonna be petty, but I've seen people talk about this project last 2 years, 2 days, and it's just complete trash. It's a completely made up project, and I don't. People gonna fall for it though. That's all I can say, man. But yeah, as far as perspective in the space, yeah, it's chill, man. We still here, early. A lot of projects haven't even started marketing. Oh, matter of fact, I need to check on a project. Let's see what this is doing. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Hmm. Oh wow, look at that though. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, just y'all chill, man. We still early, still got time. But yeah, I think this might be early stream. So, if there's no more questions or comments, I'm gonna get on and get out of here. And if you, let me try to. I'm always so terrible at this because it's not really what I come here for. But like I always say, if you want to join the Patreon, it's patreon.com/cryptozo. And right now the price is really cheap, but in a few more people get in there, it's going to be we're going to double the price. And like I always say, that's not it's not something to make people FOMO. And as I talked about yesterday on the stream, I think I'm gonna cut it off even much earlier than I was thinking because I was saying that I would probably top out around 300 to 400. And I may change my mind, but as of right now, I think I will top out um, at 200, maybe 300. I think 400 is probably ridiculous. And I know a lot of people Patreons have thousands, like 1,000, 2,000 members, and I don't see how they do it. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait till the bull run starts, then I'm gonna get in there. That don't even make sense. So if you want to get in Patreon, go ahead and get in there now before the price doubles. And like I keep saying, even when the price doubles, it's a great bargain. From some of the stuff I hear and see going on in other Patreons, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, not that it's for the money, but my my Patreon should have definitely been full already because yeah, it is what it is though. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I've heard different terms for the ASI. Okay, so I see what you're saying. Um, okay, yeah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. I mean, like I say, man, your portfolio may go down 30, 40%, 50%. And you just gotta chill. We still early-ish. Once we start getting into, I would say the first time you even kind of got to start thinking more is probably around August of this year. But like I said, I think we're going to be on a traditional time frame or whatever because they're using Grayscale to kind of prolong the cycle. Um, so really around March, April is when you got February to March, April of 2025 is when I think you really have to start paying attention. Like I said, that could change, but as of right now, I think we're on a decent timing or whatever. but we should be getting those gains by then and should not even be worried. Don't worry about this dip. You need these dips. You don't understand, but you need them. You want them more than you think you do. You want these dips. Um, let these people take their profits. And then another thing I keep saying, what people don't realize, it's going to be one of these dips on Bitcoin that you're going to be like, Bitcoin's falling, so I'm going to sell my altcoins and go higher. But that's going to be the altcoin run, and you're going to be have had sold your altcoins because you say Bitcoin is falling. As soon as you sell, altcoins is going to start taking off. Maybe I should have stated that on stream more often, but yeah. So a lot of these times, Bitcoin is going to fall, and the altcoins are going to fall with it. But it's going to be a couple of these times when Bitcoin falls and altcoins are going to just take off, and you're going to be looking crazy because you're going to be like, "What? I was trying to buy lower." Like, do what you will. Like I said, sometimes people got to touch the hot stove to get burned, but it's all good. Listen, you guys, I appreciate you hanging out on the stream. I know you guys probably got some questions in the Patreon, especially about one of the projects we're dealing with right now. So I'm probably go get some water, then I'll be back and talking to guys in the Patreon about what's going on. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out on the stream, and I'll see you guys next time.